So feet are under your hips, your knees are bent, your tailbone's tucked under, and your shoulders are relaxed. And just breathe in through your midline. Keep breathing in as you expand wide through the ribs. Exhale as you bring the hands in and down. Stepping wide, taking your chi ball with you. So our toes are turned out, the knees are tracking to the center of the foot. And just envision that ball of energy in between the hands, shifting your weight, taking the breath in through the nose and out through the nose if you can manage that. And eyes are looking to the hands just to create that internal focus. So this is the time where we create that breath and focus in on the present moment, focusing on yourself and allowing the breath to explore the body to warm us up. Now pressing the fingers to the wrist, bring fingertips together and rotate through your shoulders. And what this does is just gives us a little spinal mobility, a little openness through the chest and shoulders. Good. Back to that centering breath. Feet under hips, inhale through midline. Keep inhale as you open through the ribs. Exhale as you bring the hands in and down. Again, inhale, press wide, exhale, draw in and down. Stepping wide to your left, taking your chi ball with you, eyes again following the hands, settle your shoulders, and you should be feeling that warmth coming into the joints and muscles now. Just taking that internal focus that we all need. Fingers come to the wrist, push it across, rotating through shoulders. So it's a big breath in, expanding, and a breath out. Try breathing in and out through the nose if you can manage it. It just helps to calm us. Good. Stepping narrow now, feet under the hips. Lift tall through the spine and exhale as you swing down. Inhale, bending your knees a lot. Exhale, just lightening the load. Releasing your cares away. And release. Good. So we're going to switch now into some hip opening stretches. And this is really good for us, and it just helps us to open up those hips. It gives a relief for the back. So when you're ready, step to the top of your mat with your feet together and just breathe in tall to the top of your spine. And as you exhale, float forward to your folds. Fingertips land on the ground. And now stepping back with your right foot into a deep lunge. And left foot follows. Feet are hip distance apart behind you, tail is high. If you need to bend your knees, please do that. Now, bringing your right knee through, lie it down in between the two hands in front. So this is called our pigeon or our swan pose. Make sure this foot underneath you is flexed. Now, if you want an option to reduce the impact a little bit, you can bring the back knee over to the side. This is a little less work. More work is the leg extended behind. Fully extended with the hips square to the front. Now turning towards this flexed foot, towards your left side with a nice lifted chest. You're welcome to stay in this position or advance with me to a revolving swan. So we want to bring our right elbow down, palms pressed together, and gently rotate the shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Good. Reset your hands under shoulders and push back to your down dog. Exhaling as you do that. We're going to try that all over again on the other side. So lunging your left knee through, lay it down in between the two hands. Just feel the beautiful stretch coming into that hip. It should feel good. Remember the option, if you need it, to bend the knee off to the side. Now we're going to rotate, making sure the foot underneath us is flexed because it protects the knee joint, and rotates to the other side. Elbow comes down, palms press, and the rotation is coming from the upper back. So we're just getting a twist in the upper thoracic spine. Beautiful. Reset, hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes, step back to your down dog. Lunging your right foot outside your right hand this time. So bring it to the outside. Make sure this knee is aligned over your ankle. I'll try and edge back a bit so you can see me. So the knee needs to be aligned over the ankle, and the hands come to the inside of that foot. You're welcome to stay here. This is level 1. More advanced, we bring the elbows down, but make sure that the knee is still staying in alignment over the ankle. So be very gentle with yourself here. Don't worry if the elbows don't make it all the way to the ground. It's all good. Our focus and intent is to open up the hip joint and releasing our backs. Good. Reset now, hands under shoulders. Step back to your down dog again. Lunge your left foot outside the left hand. So we're doing all the same moves in the other direction, right? The other side. Knee is aligned over your ankle. Hands to the inside, and you're welcome to just stay here. This is a beautiful stretch. If you want to advance, come on down. Just feel that beautiful stretch. Let the breath flood in. Good job. Release. Slowly lift yourself up. And I'm going to switch my mat again. We're going to work on abdominal strength next. Abdominals and back. Just want to make sure you can see me. Pull it back as far as I can. So lying on your back when you're ready. We're going into abdominal strength. We want to bring the knees over the hips and the fingertips underneath the small of the back. Bracing the belly, circle the front leg out, extend the toe and bring the knee back in. Back leg circles out and bring it back in. Now take the arms out from underneath your back and bring your hands to underneath the front knee, scissoring the legs. Inhale as you extend long. Exhaling through the pursed lips. So this is Pilates work here. In through the nose as you extend. Out through the pursed lips as you lift. Good. Reset. Fingers underneath the small of your back. And that keep contact with the back and the fingers together. That forces the lower abdominal to work. So we're keeping that pelvic tilt and extending the legs. If it's too much for your back, make your extension smaller, so don't extend the foot all the way out. Last one on the front leg. Now, reach the arms long first, then scissor to the back knee. Squeeze. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, same leg, squeeze and lift. Inhale, long. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Good. Release, and let's come to our side bodies. So I want you to bring your elbow underneath your shoulder. Make sure your hips are stacked, one above the other, and these bent knees are forward of your body. Now we're gonna lift into a side plank. Nice and easy, we're gonna start. Just lift the hips off. You should feel it underneath the underside of the rib cage there. Now tall through the top arm, and we're gonna thread the needle. So taking the top hand, threading it underneath the armpit, but making sure you're not moving your hips at all. They're nice and stable and strong with a lifted core. This is working our obliques, the side of the muscle on the waistline. So we want to get that waistline nice and tight, right? Breathe in tall with the arm. Now bring the forearm down. We're going to turn away and do the same thing in the other direction. So tall and long with the top arm, then thread the needle. Breathe in as you reach high. Breathe out, tuck in. Last time, lift high and long. Good work. Release. Bring your hips down. We have another abdominal track. Lying on your backs, please. This one is a yoga-inspired track. Taking eagle pose legs. So we're squeezing the inner thighs together. Front leg over top of back leg. Now pelvic tilt. That means send the knees north to the sky. So we do a pelvic tilt. Bellies are in, yes? Let's try it again, and we're gonna add on. Lift the knees north. Chest comes up to meet them. Brace the belly tight and release it down. So intention, lift. And lift the chest. Brace the belly. Release. So part one is the knee lift. Part two is the chest rising. Part three is the squeeze in the core. Part four is the release. Inhale on the knee lift. Exhale on the chest rising. Keep exhaling in the brace through the belly. Inhale as you release down. Breathe in as you lift knees. Breathe out as you lift the chest. Keep the breath flowing through the body. Release it down. One more on this side. Lift knees. Lift. Brace and contract the core. Release it down. Now setting up for a bridge position. Heels underneath your knees. And we're going to lift up. This keeps falling off. We're going to lift up. So the hips are squeezing and we're lifted off. This just gives our hip joint a little release before we move to the other side. Bring your hips back down. Take the back leg over top of the front leg. Knee lift. Chest rising. Brace and tuck. Release it down. Knees go north. Chest comes up to meet them. Brace and tighten the core. Release it down. So it's all about tucking the tail and squeezing the inner thighs as we go through these moves to activate the core. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze and tighten. Release it down. Part one. Part two. Part three is the brace in the belly. Part four is the release. You've got it. We're getting fitter. We're getting stronger. And release it down. That's it. You're done for abs. Are we feeling good? Yes? All right. We only have a few more tracks left. Don't worry. That was the hard part. Rolling up. going to come to a seated position, extending your legs out in front of you. We're just going to take some beautiful twists. So, reaching with that front right foot inside to the inner thighs. We're going to breathe tall into that. And exhale as we turn towards the extended leg. And just feel that stretch coming down the side of the leg. Feel how it opens up the lower back and really opens up the shoulder. Now slowly bringing that top hand overhead, place it down behind you and come into the spiral lift. So we really want to open up through the hips, open up through the shoulders, feel the stretch there. Good, slowly bring it back down. We're going to do the same move in the other leg. So, left foot comes into the inner thigh, nice and tall and lifted through the spine. And then exhale as you come forward. If you need to bend your knee, please do that. Take your time with this. Bring your hip back and breathe into the stretch. Hamstring muscles really get tight as we sit all day. So this is a great one. Create the breath, lengthening in the back of the leg. Inhale as you lift your front hand overhead, place it down behind you, and come into that spiral extended lift. So we're squeezing all the muscles underneath us to get openness in the front of the body. Good job. Now let's come to standing. We're going to try a twist in the standing position. So feet are together. Breathe in tall to the top of your mountain. And as you exhale, turn to the right side. Grab hold of your right thigh and reach with your back hand. Option to lift that front knee off. But our goal and intent here is the twist through the upper back. So the balance is secondary. If you need to toe tap down, please do so. Let's try it on the other side. Breathe in, tall to the spine again. And as you exhale, twist to your left and really reaching into the left arm. So toes can be landed or lifted, you choose. The twist flexibility for the back is what we're intending to target here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating. I'm going to turn on my fan. All right. We're going to move on now to some more twists in the seated position. So sitting with the options, I will tell you there's 3 options. So the first one is right foot in front of the knee. This is the lower option. More advanced, the foot comes across. The leg extends out underneath. This is the second option. The third option is to do a full cow face pose where we're stacking our knees as much as we can. But whichever option you choose, please make sure the hips are landed. Let's breathe tall to the spine together and go for an open twist to the left. And just breathe there. You should feel a stretch in your upper back, also in the hip. Good. Face the front, breathe in. Now we're going to go for a closed twist to the opposite direction. So elbow can come to your thigh, but be gentle with this. Use your core to lift you tall. Use your exhalation to help you rotate. Nice job. Facing front, we're going to switch direction, other leg in front. So remember now, you have 3 options, right? The foot landed, the foot comes across, Leg extended, this is number 2. Or most advanced, the full cow face pose. So we're stacking the knees as much as we can here, but the hip has to be grounded. Breathe in tall, and as you breathe out, twist. Drop the shoulder down, relax into the breath. One more transition. Breathe in again. And exhale as you twist to your left. Plant the backhand behind you. It's really going to help support your back as you rotate. Use your core and your exhalation. Should feel good. So those beautiful rotations not only help us with our spinal flexibility, but they also help massage the internal organs, right? Our digestive tract. So it has like a double benefit there. Bring your feet together. We're going to come into a butterfly pose or star pose in the seated position. Now, some people might be right up here. It's all good. Whatever you can do is fine today. Remember, it's only the first day. So wherever you are, just bring your feet so like they're together and the knees are apart. Now be nice and tall through your spine. And I just want you to come forward, hinging from your hips. So we don't want to create flexion in the spine. We don't want it to go like rounded. We want to come hinging from your hip over. So only go as far as you can with that nice long lifted spine and bring the hands down. So just take this moment here. Feel how that unloads your back. It's going to give you an inner thigh stretch. Just take your time with it. So for flexibility, we always want to hold our stretches at least a minute or more. I'm going to be showing you different ones. This is to help you get more options for your arsenal. So if you are not liking one of the stretches, you go to a different one. Once you've learned them, you have them in your tool belt and you can use them whenever you need. So slowly lift this up and extend your legs out in the front of you. This is called seated stick pose. I want you to take the fleshy part of your butt and bring it back. And what does this do? It gives the pelvis an opportunity to hinge properly with a long spine. So breathe in tall to the spine first, and then exhale as you bring your hands onto your thighs or your shins or whatever works. If you need to unload the back a little more, bend your knees.